Alexander Harrington's life was a symphony of steel and glass, towering skyscrapers that pierced the Manhattan skyline, boardrooms echoing with the sharp cadence of deals worth fortunes. At 42, he was the undisputed king of Harrington Enterprises, a tech empire built on algorithms that predicted human desires before they even formed. But beneath the polished veneer, his world was a hollow echo. His wife, Elena, had slipped away 3 years ago in a whisper of ovarian cancer, leaving behind their 7-year-old son, Elias, a fragile wisp of a boy with eyes like polished amber and curls that danced like autumn leaves in the wind. Elias was the light Alexander could never quite reach. Mornings blurred into a ritual of rushed kisses and promises. "I'll be home soon, champ. Be good for Isabella." Isabella Thorne, the nanny he'd hired 6 months prior, was a vision of quiet grace, 28, with raven hair cascading like a midnight river and a smile that held the warmth of forgotten summers. Her references glowed like stars: a degree in child psychology from Columbia, volunteer work at orphanages in Eastern Europe. Yet, in the dead of night, doubt gnawed at Alexander. Whispers from his security detail, vague reports of unusual packages delivered to the penthouse, fueled a paranoia born of isolation. What if she was stealing? Worse, what if she was molding his son into something unrecognizable? It was a Thursday evening, rain lashing against the floor-to-ceiling windows of his study, when Alexander made the call. A discreet firm installed the cameras, tiny eyes hidden in the ornate cornices of the nursery, the playroom, even the sun-dappled kitchen where Elias's laughter once rang like silver bells. Just insurance, he told himself, fingers trembling as he synced the feeds to his encrypted tablet. That night, as the city hummed below, he poured a scotch and hit play. The first footage was innocuous, a montage of domestic poetry. Isabella knelt on the Persian rug, her voice a soft melody as she guided Elias through a puzzle of glowing constellations. "See, little star, Orion's belt holds the universe together, just like how we hold each other." Elias's face, usually a mask of solemn curiosity, bloomed into a grin that twisted something deep in Alexander's chest. He fast-forwarded, seeking shadows. Hours blurred into a vigil. Dawn crept in, painting the screen in hues of rose and gold, when the truth unfolded, not in malice, but in a revelation that shattered him like fragile crystal. The timestamp read 2:17 a.m., 2 nights prior. Elias, clad in his favorite dinosaur pajamas, slipped from his bed, a shadowed figure in the nursery's glow. He clutched a worn sketchbook, its pages frayed from secrets. Isabella wasn't there. The camera caught only the boy's solitary dance with grief. Elias perched on the windowsill, the city lights a distant aurora. He flipped open the book, and Alexander leaned closer, breath-catching. Page after page spilled forth, not the childish scribbles he dismissed as doodles, but masterpieces etched in crayon and charcoal. Elena's face, luminous and alive, laughing amid wildflowers. Alexander himself, not the suited titan, but a father lifting Elias toward the sun, arms strong as oak. But woven through them were darker threads, sketches of Elias alone in vast rooms, shadows encroaching like wolves, a boy with hollow eyes, whispering to empty air, "Why did you leave me, mommy? Is daddy coming back?" Tears blurred the screen as Elias began to speak, his voice a fragile thread in the silence. "I miss you so much it hurts here." He pressed a fist to his chest, like a black hole swallowing stars. "Daddy's always gone, building things that make the world bigger, but I feel smaller every day. Isabella says he's a hero, fighting dragons in tall towers. But heroes come home, don't they?" He paused, tracing Elena's portrait with a trembling finger. "I drew this for you, so you know I remember. And this one, for Daddy. I want to give it to him when he's not so tired. Maybe then he'll see me." The door creaked open off-screen, and Isabella entered, her silhouette a guardian angel in silk robe. She didn't startle. Instead, she sank beside him, enveloping him in arms that smelled of lavender and safety. "Oh, my brave dreamer," she murmured, "what's chasing you tonight?" Elias crumbled then, sobs racking his small frame as he poured out the poison he'd bottled. The bullies at school who mocked his weird drawings, the endless afternoons waiting for a father who arrived only in text messages, the terror that Elena's absence meant he, too, would fade into forgetting. Isabella listened, not with pity, but with the fierce tenderness of someone who'd stitched her own wounds. Your drawings aren't weird, Elias, they're magic. They capture souls on paper, souls your daddy loves but can't always show. He's scared, you know. Scared of losing you like he lost her. But you're his North Star, guiding him home. She pulled a small journal from her pocket, her own, pages filled with poems in flowing script, verses of loss and rebirth. I lost my brother young, to the same thief that took your mama. I thought the world ended. But words, they build bridges back. Together, they created a new sketch, Elias's hand guided by hers. Alexander is a knight, shield emblazoned with a boy's amber eyes, battling shadows not with swords, but with crayons that burst into color. As the night waned, Isabella sang a lullaby in her native Romanian, a haunting melody of stars that mend broken skies. Elias drifted to sleep in her lap, sketchbook clutched like a talisman, whispering, "I love you, Daddy. Even when you're far." Alexander paused the feed, the tablet slipping from numb fingers. The scotch soured in his throat, shame burned hotter than any boardroom defeat. How had he missed it? The signs were there. The way Elias flinched at loud voices, the sketchbooks hidden under pillows, the quiet pleas masked as yawns. He'd built an empire on foresight, yet blinded himself to the boy unraveling in his shadow. Isabella wasn't the thief. She was the weaver, mending threads he'd frayed with neglect. He didn't confront her that morning. Instead, he canceled the 9 a.m. merger call, the first in years. By noon, he was home, the penthouse alive with unaccustomed light. Elias bounded from the playroom, eyes widening at the sight of his father in jeans and a faded concert tee, Alina's favorite. "Daddy, you're here." Alexander knelt, pulling him close, inhaling the scent of crayons and innocence. "I'm here, champ, and I saw something incredible last night." He glanced at Isabella in the doorway, her expression a quiet knowing, no trace of betrayal. "Your drawings. They're not just pictures, they're you. All of you. And I'm so sorry I didn't see it sooner." Elias's lip quivered, then split into that radiant grin. "You watched." Like a secret agent, laughter bubbled, dissolving the ache. Over milk and pancakes. Isabella's recipe, rich with vanilla dreams, Alexander confessed, not the cameras, but his blindness. "I thought I was protecting us. But I forgot the most important fortress is right here." He tapped Elias's chest, then his own. That afternoon, they drew together, Elias's knight now joined by a queen of words, Isabella, and a boy with wings of fire. Alexander fired the security firm that night, the cameras dismantled like chains broken. Isabella stayed, not as employee, but family, her journal exchanged for shared stories under starlit ceilings. Months later, Harrington Enterprises unveiled a new line. Elias Visions, an app turning children's art into interactive worlds, proceeds funding grief centers worldwide. Alexander spoke at the launch, voice steady but eyes misted. "We chase fortunes, but true wealth whispers in the dark, in a child's unspoken dreams. Listen, and come home." Elias, perched on the stage's edge, slipped him the sketch, the one from that midnight vigil. Alexander's knight, armored in love, eyes no longer hollow but alight. In the wings, Isabella smiled, her hand on the boy's shoulder. "Some secrets heal, not by exposure, but by the courage to see." Thank you for watching this story till the end. Sparkles. If it touched your heart, please support us. Thumbs up, give it a like. Speech balloon, share your thoughts in the comments. Bell, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire and make you believe in miracles. Your participation means a lot to us.